Hey everyone, and welcome back to another Etheria restart video. So in today's video, guys, I wanted to talk about the shop. Now, I know a lot of people don't want to spend in games like this. They're free to play. They really care about that, and that's great. For me, once the game does go to global launch, I will be spending on it. It helps me make content and things like that, or at least that's how I justify it. But this is where I like to spend my fun money. But anyway, when it comes to the shop, sometimes I think people spend money where it's not really needed. And after playing, a couple days here, it's somewhat apparent what is worth the money and what isn't. So I just wanted to walk through that. Now, when it comes to the rebate, if anyone is, playing the closed beta and they're buying stuff here, I highly suggest that you read the rebate rules. I don't want you to overspend or buy too many things that you don't even realize that you don't get value back for. So I highly suggest reading that. If you go to the shop here at the top, you can click on the rebate button and it'll take you to the actual rebate rules. Okay? So with that being said, let's talk about some of the things that you can buy. Now, the shop that they have in game is going to be constant versus what types of packs you're going to be able to buy whenever the game releases. So a lot of this stuff, they try and do a FOMO thing on you, right? So you have to kind of pay attention to that. However, like a lot of this stuff I don't think is worth a whole lot of value, just from what I'm seeing. So this first one, the beginner pack. So you're guaranteed an SSR, and then you're also guaranteed 10 summons for an LD. Now, most of the LDs are extremely good in the game. I think there's only one LD right now that is not good. Even the epics are good. So a 10 pop is going to guarantee you an SR. I said epic. What I meant was an SR. The SSR, I don't know if you're able to get an LD or not from them. If you are, that does increase the value, obviously. You do get one of these red imprints, which helps you take up your characters from 5-star to 6-star. This is a huge boost to their power level. But the fact that it's only one, I'm not quite sure. And then 500,000 gold, which is a lot. However, there are other ways to get gold in the game. So in all honesty, I think this is a bit overpriced. If this was about $30, I'd say it would be worth it, but I'm not so sure that this is worth the value. Now, something like this, right, where you get the 10 LD summons, you get a 10 pop on the regular banners, you get 3 of the imprints or shadow prints to take up a character's level from 4 to 5-star. This is pretty good, along with one of these lattices. Now, the lattices are super important for your account. You want to use these sparingly. They make or break a character, okay? This is what you use to skill up your characters. The SRs use these evolution lattices, while the SSRs use, the gold lattices. So those are much harder. But this pack is actually pretty good value. I would much rather do this pack than this pack. A guaranteed SSR, I'm going to have a future video as well talking about like all the characters that I got on my account doing this beta free to play. It's nuts. And additional copies of character, even though they are good, they are not the thing that is super important for the character as much as something like lattices are. Okay? So the second pack is good. This third pack, this is pretty good value. It's $1 for a 10 pop. I mean, you can't beat that. You also get some experience boosts, although it's the smaller ones. You also get these imprints, which help you get, that are going to allow you to level up your characters, their skills. You're going to be farming this a lot. These are farmable. However, if you, $1 to get 30 of them, yeah, this is a no-brainer. So out of these, it's just these 2 packs on the right that I think are worth value. The one on the left, I'm probably not even going to buy that one. And then as soon as you spend, so if you buy the $1 pack, you'll get Valerian, which is a pretty good SR. She has some really interesting mechanics to her. She like puts herself to sleep. She gives people buffs. She grants invincibility, heal over time. She's a pretty good character. So she's a light SR. So yeah, that's kind of just a nice thing. They also have, cool outfit packs. I think games doing this is amazing. To allow people to just go in and really customize their accounts, it's pretty cool. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to talk about is... Oh, also, by the way, whenever you, during global launch, every dollar you spend will go towards this kind of festive rewards. So if you spend $100, you have the option or chance to get an SR or SSR. You should just consider this a free SR. You get one pull from the LDs, some stuff along the way. So, this is just bonus stuff. You shouldn't spend $100 just to get these items because they're not very great. They're good, but $100 for all of this would be a terrible pack, by the way. So, yeah. Okay. So with that being said, now let's jump into the normal shop. Now, the monthly supply card. Monthly cards, I think everyone knows, are typically intend to be the best value for all of these gacha games. And this is no different. Now, the odd thing about this, and I don't know how many you can purchase, but it says that they're stackable with multiple purchases. So I don't know if it stays at $4.99 or if it, increases exponentially as the more you purchase. I also don't know what the max is. I don't know if you can buy 100 of them or not. But I'm sure there's a limit. I just don't know what it is. If anyone knows in the comments section, I'd appreciate it. I am going to purchase 2 of these before the beta is over because this is kind of part of the double dipping of the rebate, where if you buy 2 of these, it also goes to your total spend, plus you'll get the cards on top of that. So it's like a double reward. So this is amazing. 3,300 Hydro Crystals, which is 30 summons for $5. That's awesome. You also get an additional cap to your stamina, and you get additional Etheria coin, which helps you level up your modules. This is a no-brainer. If you are a very low spender, this is going to be probably your main purchase, and it's gonna help you so much, to spend that $5. All right. So now the value section. I don't know if these are going to reset. I don't think so. I'm pretty sure this is just a one-time purchase. So the level 10 pack, this is obviously great. You get 100,000 Etheria coin. You get a free stamina refresh, and then you also get a 10 pop. So yeah, no brainer there. Another 99 cents for another 10 pop, some EXP, also those anima imprints, and 50,000 Etheria coin. Also, no brainer. Yes, all of this stuff, good value. This, a guarantee to summon an SR or SSR. Like, if you're a gambler, sure. Also, like the other things that they give you in here, these imprints for $5 along with a 10 pop, this is also a great purchase. This is certainly worth the money. You also have this. Again, I also don't know if this is tied to the celebration event that we just looked at, because it's the same pack. So I just don't know if like these packs here are the same as the one that we saw over here. I'll be able to, I guess, see this. I'm assuming these 2 things are tied into this, but if you can buy this twice, that's pretty awesome. But yeah, you already know that those are good. So this beginner pack quantum, we already touched on this. I don't think that's very good. This one is tricky. So 20 summons for $30, not great. This lattice is huge though. These are very, very hard to come by. it's hard to say that this is worth it, but you're getting two pretty valuable things in here, which is the shadow print and then also the lattice on top with 20 summons, and then these supply packs. So you get 20 of these, which means that you have 100 of the advanced anima imprints. These are farmable. However, you are going to be burning a lot of energy to acquire this amount of them. So just keep that in mind. Again, to say if it's worth the value or not, I don't know. But I would say that this one's like borderline just because lattices are so rare. In the big scheme of things, it might be a good value, except, the lattices themselves are just so hard to come by. Otherwise, I'd say that this is not a really good pack. It's not good value, but it might be necessary for people that are trying to compete like in arena and stuff like that. Okay, so from the weekly side, you can spend 800 gems and get, it's basically like a free summon. To summon a 10 pop, I believe is 900 gems. I think so. It should be a straight 1,000. We'll just do it. So yeah, that said 300. So yeah, it was 300. Okay. So if I were to do that again, yeah, okay, so it's 1,000. So yeah, you get 2 free summons and you get some Etheria coin. That's okay. This one, the crystal supply, there's no way to get these LD summons unless you spend for them or you eventually win them like from the arena or events. So yeah, I mean, let me take that back. You can get these. They're just harder to come by. So you can't get them in the Union shop. In the summon shop, you also cannot get them. You can get the regular summons. In the arena shop, also cannot get them. However, I think, yes, you can get 5 of them, I think, a week when it comes to RTA. So whether or not people like playing that, yeah, I don't know. So when it comes to this pack, if you guys like to gamble and you are gunning for some pretty cool LD characters, the other thing is some of the banners in this game are actually kind of good in the sense that, yes, it takes a lot of summons. However, at 100 summons, you are guaranteed a specific LD that they have on a limited banner. So if you save up for your LD summons, you're guaranteed to get an LD SSR. So if you're one of those people, like if you're buying the monthly supply card or something like that, you can slowly rack up enough LD summons to get a guaranteed LD. I have not seen that in mainly any game. So that is really cool. All right, so the basic protocol supply for $5, this is not worth it. I would not purchase this. The imprint itself is not worth it to me for $5, at least what I've seen currently. Here in SR Lattice, along with some of these medium imprints, this is okay. Still, I don't think this is truly worth the value. I don't know if I would buy this weekly. It doesn't seem worth it. I think the PvP gamers are going to be doing that. All right, so now the scientific cultivation supply. This one is probably worth it just because the reconfigure chips, these are going to be absolutely necessary for you to customize your shells. These allow you to re-roll shell passives. This is big. So, yeah, I think this is going to be worth it. $10, you get some XP as well. You will run thin on this. This is going to be a bottleneck for you as well. And then you get 100,000 Etheria coin. So this one is certainly worth it. This one, you got shop currency to get specific modules. So this could end up being pretty valuable. I haven't gotten to a point to see this yet. I don't know when this unlocks. But yeah, this is hard to say right now. I don't know how good the modules are going to be, that this currency gets you. So right now we'll just say it's not worth it. All right, so this one, $20 for a imprint, and then 4 of these shadow imprints, which actually scale up to a second one. Man, it's hard to justify spending money on something that is farmable. So if you are trying to just like speed to the top of the ranks of Arena as soon as the game launches, this is what you're probably buying, but in my opinion, not worth it. And then we get into stuff like this. You got like 300 gems and 10 LD summons for $30. Do not do that. Just do your weekly crystal supply 2s for your gems and save up for the LD. Not worth it. This anima crystals, these are for an exchange over here. So in the anima shop, you can get additional copies. There's also SRs. Something to note is if you do not have the character, I tested out here with Chiaki the Echo, it does not get you the character. It is only an additional copy once you actually pull the character. So you can't like save up or spend to get 15,000 of these and get Doki Doki or Sanya. Like, you can't do that. So with that being said, that weekly pack, yeah, probably not worth it. Like 1/3 of an extra character. I just have not been impressed or seen the need to drastically get additional copies of characters. Unless you are playing for like #1 in RTA, this is probably what you're purchasing. Other than that, you're probably not doing it. And then I already talked about this one. At least I think I did. Is this in the value selection? Yeah, so they have this in a couple different places. So I guess you can purchase this here. And then does this give you something else? Oh, this also gives you an imprint. So this is a one-time purchase. Yeah, see, like the lattices, they're valuing somewhere around $30. Like, it's a big deal. Again, if it comes down to Arena and things like that, that's what you're buying. For a PvE gamer, you're probably not buying this. So as you see, guys, like there's not a lot that has value in here that you can't just do through time and still compete in the PvE side. You can probably still compete in the PvP side if you know what you're doing and you spend your resources wisely. So my son is making a voice appearance in the background. So yeah, not many things. The crystal trade, I don't even know if you need to buy any of these crystals. I think your monthly supply card, also depending on how much that you can get, is all you really need. So yeah, guys, I actually think just by playing through this beta that this is a very friendly, like free-to-play game. I've gotten plenty of SSRs. I've been able to progress. They're giving you tons of crystals. I know that eventually dries up. Trust me, I understand. But at the same time, I think there's plenty of SR characters that are worth this, worth building, that can supplement helping instead of, having an SSR. So I'm very, very optimistic about this game. I'm having a lot of fun in this closed beta. If you guys are having fun as well, let me know. And yeah, that's basically all I got. Just a quick little shop guide, and I'm out of your hair here. So I'll catch you on the next one. See ya.